Super Pentecostal. That's only super Pentecostal. And you're ready for the big three. Village people, Rocky, touchdown. There you go. There's your deal. Is that good? Is that a helpful thing? It's awesome. And that's the thing. You don't have to love everything about church. There's always some things people don't like about church. It's no big deal. Like my pastor's doing this new sermon series. It's called Breaking Free. He's trying to help us break out of bad habits, have new habits in our life. Really great. He needs to mind his own business. A few weeks ago, we had this big box of suggestion cards. We had to pick out one in front of everybody. Each card had a suggestion of a new habit to try in our life. That was fun. I go up there and pick the first one. Okay, there we go. All right. I am not doing that. So you go a month without fast food. What? Here, dude, you take that one. Go a week without social media. I gotta tweet that. And it's fun. We got this other thing called Family Sunday I'm trying to get used to. It's not going out well. Family Sunday. Parents, if it's got the word family in it, it's not gonna be any good. Family Sunday is one Sunday a month. They bring in the kids from children's church to worship with their family. What a horrible idea. It doesn't work. I feel like a hypocrite, man. I'm trying to focus on God. Got these unsupervised rugrats bumping into me. I feel like a hypocrite singing to Jesus. Like my chains are gone. I've been set free. By God, my Savior. And like a flood, His mercy reigns. Unending love, amazing grace. Make it work. Make it work. That's right, man. Quit whining about it. Just quit whining. Use your creativity. Everybody's been bored in church. Don't whine. Get creative in church when you're bored. We've all felt like falling asleep. We've all seen somebody fall asleep in church. You can always tell. They get the frown and the eye bob. Like this guy's going down. We're all getting bored in sermons, man. Next time you get bored in a sermon, try this. Just lock eyes with a complete stranger. And mouth these words, I know what you did. Just run. You'll never see him again. Just run. That's fun stuff, man. I know we got some non-Christians here tonight. I apologize, non-Christians. For us Christians, we use words and phrases that you don't know what we're talking about. I call it Christianese. We all do it. We all use words that mean the same thing. It's just different. Like, Christians don't say no. We say, I'll pray about it. That's what they say. Don't you judge me. You know you've done it. Your friend called you, can you come help me move on Saturday? Oh, let me pray about that. I'm just not feeling led by the Lord right now. I'm not hearing a still small voice over these Cheetos I've been munching on. Pray about it. Different words. She's not a gossip. She has the gift of discernment. That's what she has. He's not out of his mind. That's our youth pastor. That's our guy. Different words. Like, y'all have a good Halloween? You don't like Halloween? Yeah? We call it Fall Festival. It's different. It's totally different. It's not even the same as Halloween. It's not, you wouldn't even recognize it. It's totally different. We've taken away from Satan and given it back to Jesus. It's totally. We redeemed it on Halloween. We've totally given it back to the Lord where it belongs. It's totally different. It's not the same. It's not even Halloween. It's Heavenoween. We call it Heavenoween. We're all Heaven Weenies. That's what we are. Heaven Weenies. I don't even know it. It's October 31st? Yeah, but it's different. It's not the same. You dress up? Yeah. You get candy? Yeah, but it's not even. just call it what it is. Candy day. Getting candy day. Doesn't matter, Christians.
Snicker loaf.
Everybody here, especially adults, we were kids, we went trick-or-treating, didn't we? Getting the good candy, though, not the bad candy. We all got bad candy. Did you ever get a popcorn ball? It's like, what is this? That's a popcorn ball. I made it myself. Okay, you need to eat that. That's it. It's Halloween, not a homeschool project. Let's go. Caramel, nougat, chocolate. You know the drill. What is this, Russia? Get this out of my face. Remember wax lips? You ever get... Is that real? You didn't know what it was, you ate it anyway. You guys go ahead, I got a cramp in my leg. It's just getting bigger as I chew it.
Who made that candy? Yes, we want the children to feel like they're eating Mick Jagger's face. That's what we want.
Where are you going?
Tinky Winky.
Wax lips. Remember those wax bottles? Different colored liquid? What was that? Transmission fluid? What was that? Wake up at 3 in the morning.
My esophagus is burning.
How about the worst candy ever? The brown taffy and the orange wrapper. Remember that? Tasted like peanut butter and hair. Remember that delicious treat? Oh, great. Wrapped taffy around a ball of lint. Kids will love that one. Thanks, Satan, for creating that little treat. I got wax and lint in my colon. I can't get that out. I couldn't stand trick-or-treating. My mom would take me around my neighborhood. We lived in an older neighborhood. A lot of old folks. I love old folks. They just don't know what candy is, y'all. I used to get like Hall's Mentholyptus drops, and Sucrets, and just random medications dumped in my bag. It's a handful of my dog. That's not M&M's. I did. I got a bouillon cube one time. They gave me a bouillon cube. I don't know what it is. It's like a noodle wrapped in vomit. I don't know what it is. And then I'd go up to the curb. My mom's like, what do you say, the nice lady? What do you say? Oh. You messed up. That's what you did. She gave me a can of green beans. That's not candy. She wasn't prepared. My kids still do Halloween, not judge me or whatever, fall festival. My son, he's 20, he dressed up for Halloween. We had this fall festival thing in our church. My 20-year-old son, he's a stud, he's a big dude. I don't like wrestling him, so I have to try it. He's a big dude, he's got the abs. He dressed up as Tom Sawyer. He was Tom Sawyer. He had the overalls on, no socks or shoes, rolled up to his knees, no shirt, straw hat, that's all he had. I live in St. Louis, it was like 30 degrees. We're driving to church, I'm like, dude, it's gonna be 30, you think you should have brought a coat? He goes, yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm like, no big deal. We're almost at the church. Here's a Goodwill right by the church. Here's $10. Go into Goodwill, get you a coat. You'll be all right. So he goes to the Goodwill store. He comes out wearing a full-length fur coat. And it was zha-zha, full zha-zha. You have to walk like that when you're wearing a fur. He goes, hey, Dad. I still look like Tom Sawyer.